Mr. Leonidas here. I'm bringing you a review of the Benchmade Rescue Hook. This is the 5-hook model, and there's several other models. This is the smallest and most simplistic model they have, and I'll pull that out of the sheath real quick. Cool little tool to kind of carry it around. First off, I'm going to show you how I carry it. I usually carry it around my neck. There isn't a soft sheath for the same model, and it is like MOLLE compatible, and you can put on a vest or your belt or a backpack. But I haven't really got anything else for this, and this is just something I throw on when it's part of my EDC, and it's kind of carried around. But I think it looks pretty cool. I have a lot of people ask me about it, and I don't really use it a whole lot. It is more like a backup tool to kind of have, but since it's so light, I really don't even know it's there. And like I said, I mean, it looks pretty cool, so it's kind of fun to kind of wear around. And the breakaway chain or neck lanyard works really well, actually. And I break that away pretty much all the time. All the time I take it off. So I'm gonna kind of start going over. I'll start with the sheath. The sheath is, I think they call it. It is a molded plastic. It's like they call it Delron material. Not really sure. I mean, it is some kind of plastic material, but cool little holder for it. It's pretty much just like a Kydex insert, and it holds it tightly, but not too tight. And it's got the awesome Benchmade butterfly symbol on the front. It has I think you can attach some kind of clip or belt clip attachment. It has these two, looks like you could put like some kind of bolts and nuts through there. I don't know if you can kind of tell on the camera. And then it has, I tried malice clips and several others, and I couldn't really slide anything through here. A really soft material, especially like a paracord, you could wrap through all throughout that sheath. Obviously, you know, the neck lanyard works really well. So sheath wise, I think it's pretty sweet looking. It works really well, and it's really light. So that's it for the sheath. As for the actual cutting tool, the actual hook, it's made out of 440C stainless steel, and had the finger hole is roughly about an inch in diameter. I think a little over an inch. Has a little lanyard hole at the top. I'm not really sure why. It has a kind of a break all the way down, kind of like a slit starting at the top there, and it finishes at that middle hole. Not really sure why they did that. Cool factor, or cool points. A lot of good jimping all atop the back spine. There's even some on the inside of this little finger groove. And so what you do is you just kind of I just put my finger through it here, my index finger. Usually put my middle finger underneath and kind of grip like that, and it makes a good cutting. It's supposed to be more like a pulling tool. I mean, you can put a finger through it and pull with it. You can pull down or pull up. So it seems to work really well. I have definitely used it several times to cut various items, and it's maintained an edge. I'll show you a part of like the kind of the box comes. Benchmade always has really cool boxes, and this is something you want to keep it in. They give you actually a spare. They call this the tether kit, and that's actually pretty neat. It's a brand new like breakaway lanyard, neck lanyard right in there. So that's a pretty sweet deal. It tells you about kind of how the sheath tether works. They had that in there. That's also pretty neat. And then it has like the manual about your care, and a little bit about your 5-hook. And as far as I know, to like keep the blade sharp, I think they recommend sort of like a stropping method with like a piece of leather to kind of just get rid of the burrs down where you can see the cutting edge is probably a good 45-degree angle, just straight down where you would be cutting with and pulling with. So yeah, so cool little tool, and good and pretty nice gripping options. So, you know, someone with big fingers should be able to use this really well and quickly. And another cool thing about like their box, it came with this cool little foam insert. So, you know, it's definitely like a nice place to keep your rescue hook when you're not wearing it. And I do that sometimes as well. And then I like the finish on it. Seems to be done rather well. It's something interesting is it does say, and you will not be able to see this on camera because I can hardly see that in person. It says Benchmade right here. I don't know. I guess that happened with the finish or something, but it's just very light. And it is there, and it's just pretty much there just to I don't know, kind of looking more interesting, but it doesn't really show up. And this is the dark, I guess the black oxide finish. They have a satin finish. It's kind of like a silverish, and I'm not really sure how that one looks. I wanted the black on black with the sheath, and I think that looks pretty sweet. So all I'm going to do is just do a few cutting tests. Just here's some jute twine, and just kind of went through that really easily. So I did it like that, and then you can just kind of loop it through. Pretty cool little cutting tool. It just goes through it real easy, just with like a jerk, or you can. I think it would make a great quick little seatbelt cutter. And next up, I'm just going to take some 550 cord and kind of check that out. See, that ate right through the cord. Let's try that again. 550 cord. Cut right through it. One more time. So you can tell, I mean, this is a pretty decent little hook. And I wouldn't recommend trying to cut down a tree with it or anything. But definitely, seatbelt is not going to be an issue for this, and I'm not really going to cut through any seatbelts today. But that's pretty much all I've got on the little rescue hook, and it's just a cool little addition to my EDC kit, and I kind of just carry it around. And like I said, it's so light, I don't really even know it's there. And I may eventually, I may throw it on a pair of boots, or maybe a vest or something like that, or look at some different attachments options. But for now, it works pretty well. It's just kind of like a neck carrying option. All right, well, I thank you for watching.